beautiful day here today. The air is now clear and fresh, and I'm really excited to share this practice with you. My name is Brittany, and thank you so much for taking your time to practice for yourself today and to practice with me. Today we will be doing a flow for keeping it simple. A lot of times we overcomplicate things in our lives, especially in our society. It seems like we have to do everything or add more or get more or buy more or whatever it might be. And even in our yoga practices, a lot of times we feel like we have to get fancy or do things super different or be hyper creative in our practice in order for us to continue to grow. But one of the things that I've really found in my own life is that when I allow myself to simplify and let things be a little bit more in the space of humility and kindness and that simplicity, we tend to find that we have a little bit more space and energy for the things that we really want to put our energy into. And even in our yoga practice, when we come into postures, we don't have to do things different every single time on the mat in order for it to be a really wonderful practice. And one of the things that my teachers used to say is, let the yoga do itself, right? We're not here as teachers to come up with something different. We're not here to reinvent the wheel. And so that's the same thing that we have this time and space in our practice. We don't have to reinvent a yoga practice in order to continue to grow, in order to continue to build, in order to continue to expand our awareness and expand our own practice. And I find that for myself, the more I practice, the longer that I've practiced, and the more some people may say, quote unquote, advanced yogis, the more I tend to want to come back to the space of simplicity. And I know that rather than adding more things into my life, sometimes we need to start to strip away. We need to release. We need to let go. And even in my own life, I'm starting to understand that more, even just by living in a 200 square foot trailer, right? Allowing myself to get rid of all of the extra things so that I have more time and space for the things that are important. And so in our practice today, that's what we'll be practicing. We'll practice simplicity, we'll practice being humble, we'll practice allowing ourselves more space to just be. So let's go ahead and get started, and I invite you to come to a comfortable seat. You can kneel, or if it feels good for you, come to a comfortable cross-legged seat. And if you'd like to have blocks or even a stack of books for props today, feel free to do so. And as we come into the space for a simple flow today, a space for allowing things to be simple in our physical body and in our mind, I invite you to gently close your eyes and settle into the space for your practice. And as you land here on your mat, as you arrive here today, see if you can start to notice how things are for you in your physical body, in your mind, through your breath. Not only in your internal world, but what is your external world like, even with your eyes closed? Can you just pay attention to what is here right now without overcomplicating, without running away with any stories that you might be telling yourself? Can you invite yourself to simply be here? And as we settle into the space for our practice today, see if you can start to deepen your breath. Imagine that you're breathing in the center of your chest, in your heart space. As if there is a beautiful light in the center of your heart. And every time you breathe in, this light grows. And every time you breathe out, that light washes over your entire being. Deepen through every inhale that you take. And lengthen through every exhale. As we allow ourselves to keep things simple, invite ourselves to be in a space in our minds that is simple, being present, releasing the past, letting go of the worries of the future, and just being here right now. We drop into tuning in to what we feel like from one moment to the next. And rather than overcomplicating things and pushing through things that we feel like we have to push through, or telling ourselves stories of why we're doing something a certain way, just start to listen. Listen to what your body needs from one moment to the next. Listen to what your mind needs. And even listen with your ears to the simplicity of what's happening around you right now. Maybe there are things that we normally tune out that you can start to pay attention to, start to be aware of. When we can start to fine-tune our senses, we start to hear that bird rustling in the trees, when we start to hear the neighbor's dog barking, when we start to hear the gentle breeze, we create more space for gratitude within. Gratitude for everything that is. Gratitude for this moment that we have today. And as you cultivate that space for gratitude and simplicity, I invite you to set an intention for your practice. What is it that you would like to invite in on this time, in this space on your mat today? And bring that intention with you through your practice. Allow yourself to return to this simple intention, this simple invitation as you move your way through this space just for yourself. Begin to deepen your breath. And as you add that extra second onto your inhales and exhales, start to cultivate Ujjayi breathing. Breathing in and out through your nose, and exhaling out the back of your throat, and even see if you can take your inhales to that space as well. As if you're hollowing out the back of the throat and listening for the ocean wave-like sound of your breath. And this breath is energizing, it's uplifting, it's warming, It's also a breath to help us concentrate and be fully present. It's a very simple breath, but something that can be extremely powerful. We don't have to be complicated with things to find the potency. To allow every breath that you take to be potent. This life-giving breath that you're breathing right now. And let's slow the breath down even more. Keep your Ujjayi breathing as we come into Samavriti, or even breath. Continue to breathe naturally as I explain this breath. I'll count for 4 as we inhale. You'll hold your breath at the top for 2. We'll exhale for 4 and hold the breath at the bottom for 2. If you're pregnant, don't hold your breath, just continuously breathe. And if at any time this breath pace is too fast or too slow for you, you can move at your own pace or just return to a natural breath. Tap into your Ujjayi breathing. Take one more natural breath all the way in through the nose. A slow breath out through the nose. And we'll begin. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, 2, 1. And now return to a natural breath. Just notice how you feel. And see if you can continue to keep that awareness with you as you move from one thing to the next, from one moment to the next, here on your mat, for yourself in your practice. Let's take a full deep breath all the way in through our nose. And a long sigh out the mouth. Gently blink your eyes open, keep your intention in your heart, and let's make our way into tabletop pose. Come to all fours, shoulders over your wrists, hips above your knees, with your knees hip width apart here. Give yourself a nice little shimmy and shake from side to side. Start to notice how your body feels when you bring a little bit of movement in. It might even feel good to keep your eyes closed. Really just feel into your movement rather than thinking into it, rather than looking into it into a mirror, or even worrying about what the pose in my body looks like. Just keep it simple. Just feel into whatever it is that you feel in your body today. With your fingertips spread nice and wide, come into a neutral tabletop pose for a moment. Nice stillness here. Pull your navel into your spine. And then start to take rib cage circles here. Belly scoops down and over to the side. And then rib cage lifts up to the sky. Big circles with the mid body. Start to warm up your core. It's kind of like the movement of a cement truck. So just think about that as you move. Maybe your head and neck get involved. Slow your movement to match your breath. And then start to make rib cage circles the other direction. Move your hips. Keep your shoulders stacked over your wrists. Anchor into your breath. Keep breathing deeply. Last 3. 2 more. And 1. Come back into a neutral tabletop pose. Take a deep breath all the way in. As you exhale, look over your right shoulder and swing your hips over to the right. A nice side bend. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the other side. Left hip over to the left. Look over toward your hips. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. 1 more time on each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. And exhale, left. Come back into center once again. Plant through your right or your left hand. Take your big toes together. You might even separate the knees a little bit more. With your inhale, sweep your right arm up to the sky or just out to the side of the room. As you exhale, thread the needle, bring your right arm underneath the left, right shoulder down, right ear down to the mat. You can keep your left hand next to your face if you'd like for a little support. If you'd like a little bit more, you can take your fingertips out in front of you. And just depending on how you feel today, maybe we just keep it simple. Maybe you feel like you need a little bit of a bind. Take your left or your right hand. What is this? Yeah, left hand behind your back and hold on to your right thigh. Breathe deep, find your Ujjayi breath. A couple more moments like this. If your top arm is wrapped around your body, take your hand back up to the sky, full inhale. Exhale, return your left hand next to your face, press into your palm. Inhale, right arm sweeps back up to the sky, open up. Exhale, sweep your right arm forward and down to the ground, round through your back. Come back into center, wiggle it out. Right fingertips nice and wide. Take your left hand out to the left or up to the sky, full inhale. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring your left arm underneath your body. Relax your left ear down toward the ground, your left shoulder to the earth. You can keep your right hand where it is. If you'd like to tent your fingertips out in front of you and find a little more stretch, you can. The doggies are out here to say good morning. And then if you feel like you need a little wrap, you can take your right arm to the sky, flip your palm behind you, and relax your hand behind your back, or take your hand to the top of your left thigh. Breathe in deep. Keep your breath nice and simple. Keep your posture simple as well. If your hand is wrapped behind your back, take your right arm back up to the sky. Full inhale. Exhale, place your right hand next to your face. Press into your palm. Inhale, left arm sweeps all the way back up to the sky. Exhale, sweep it forward and down to the earth, round through your spine here. And again, a nice little shimmy, a little shake side to side. Keep your shoulders over your wrists. A gentle cat-cow. Inhale, open up through your chest and heart. Belly scoops down, tail to the sky. Exhale, round through your spine, chin toward your chest. Again, like this. Inhale, pull through the gateway of your arms, open up. Exhale, round and release. One more time. Inhale, open up. Maybe bring a little smile to your face. Exhale, round, tuck the tail under. Come back into neutral. Bring your big toes together, open your knees. Let's find child's pose here. Release your forehead to a block or your mat. And take a nice little rock from side to side. And the beauty of our flow practices is that we have child's pose to come back to anytime we need it. So if we really want to keep it simple today, maybe we just stay in child's pose.
Maybe we return to this posture over and over again. I once taught a class where I had a student that took a child's pose for a full 30 minutes. And afterwards, she said that it was one of the best classes that she ever practiced, and it felt so good because that's just what she needed. So honor yourself, listen to yourself, keep it simple, and rather than overcomplicating or thinking into what you need, just listen to your body, listen to your intuition, what feels good from one moment to the next. Start to activate through your child's pose a little bit more, elbows off of the earth, fingertips spread wide, grow a little bit taller through your spine, press through your hands, come back up to tabletop pose, shoulders over your wrists. Start to lift your right leg up behind you, right toes point down to the earth. Keep your right hand on the ground and lift your left arm out in front of you for sunbird or balancing cat. Reach through your fingertips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, elbow to knee, round through your back. Inhale, lift and lengthen both your arm and leg. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Last time, elbow to knee. Lift all the way back out, take another deep breath in. And exhale, simply put your foot and hand back down to the ground. Other side, lift your left leg up behind you. Toes point down to the earth, flex through your ankle, squeeze through your glute. Keep your left hand down to the earth. Reach your right arm out in front of you in handshake fashion, palm facing the side of the space. Find a little more length, growth a little bit taller through the crown of your head. Reach a little bit further out, take another deep breath. Exhale, elbow to knee, round through your back. Inhale to lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. And exhale, elbow to knee. Lift all the way back up. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, hand, knee, and foot come down to the ground. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Let's find downward facing dog. And do whatever feels good for you here. Pedal out your legs. Release through any extra tension or tightness that you might be feeling. Let go. Nod your head yes. And take a nice little gentle shake side to side. And when it feels right for you, gently release your heels down toward the earth. On your inhale, come forward to plank pose, upper push-up position. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Again, like this, inhale, round yourself forward to plank pose, nice and strong. Exhale, down dog. Last time, come forward to plank with your inhale. Exhale, pitch forward a little bit more, bend the elbows, come all the way down to your belly. Relax the tops of your feet on the ground. Bring your fingertips back to line up with the center of your chest. Inhale, lift your heart, a low cobra pose, squeeze your elbows in. Exhale, release back down. Two more like this. Inhale, low cobra, warm up the spine. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, gently lift. And exhale, lower down. Press through your hands, tuck your toes, and either come to tabletop or plank pose. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe deep with your Ujjayi breath. Let's continue to keep it simple as we move into sun salutations, greeting the next moments of our day. Keep your intention at the forefront of your mind as we move, and if you feel like you'd like to close your eyes and turn inward, feel free to do so. Rise up onto your toes, take a deep breath in. Bend your knees, step or hop forward, forward fold. Lift halfway, bring your hands to your shins or fingertips on the earth. Exhale, lower back down to a fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, pull your hands to heart center. Inhale, arms rise. Forward fold, exhale, lower. Halfway up, flat back, inhale. Hands come down, step or float back, chaturanga, exhale. Cobra or upward facing dog, deep breath in. Downward facing dog, and take a couple of breaths there. 3 more rounds of sun salutation. Rise up onto your toes, deep breath. Bend your knees, step or float forward, forward fold. Halfway up, flat back. Fold back in, exhale. Inhale, arms sweep to the sky. Maybe your palms touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Arms rise, full inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway up, inhale. Hands down, step or float back, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 2 more. Rise up onto the toes, inhale. Bend your knees, step or float forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Arms sweep up, full inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. Arms rise, inhale. Gently fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands down, step or hop back. Chaturanga, elbows squeeze in, graze the ribs on the way down. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Full deep breath all the way in. Full exhale all the way out. Rise back up onto your toes, inhale. Bend your knees, step or hop forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold back down, exhale. Last time, inhale, rise all the way up. Hands to heart center, exhale. Arms lift, circle them high, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway up, flat back, inhale. Find your vinyasa with your exhale. Take a couple of moments in downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax any tension behind your eyes or through your jaw. Just release. As we continue to build strength in our day, rise back up onto your toes as you inhale. Bend your knees, step or hop forward with your exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold all the way back down, exhale. With your feet together, bend your knees. Sink your hips down and back. With your fingertips down on the earth, roll your shoulder blades down your back. Reach to the crown of your head, and then lift all the way up to chair pose. If it feels better for you to bring your feet wider for a stable chair, you can do that as well, whatever feels best for you today. If your shoulders are bothering you, you can bring your hands to heart center. So take modification to keep it simple wherever you need to. Reach through your fingertips a little bit more, roll the pinkies toward each other, relax through your shoulders. Take another full inhale, reach a little bit higher. Exhale, forward fold, release down. Lift halfway up, take an inhale. Hands come down, step or float back, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale, right leg lifts up, take an inhale. Step your right foot forward in between your hands, exhale. Spin your back heel flat to the earth. Feet are hip width apart, let's rise up, finding warrior one. If this is too much on your hips or anywhere in your body, you can pop up onto your back toes and keep your back heel lifted for crescent pose instead. Whatever feels best for you here today. Keep both of your hips pointed forward, neutral through the pelvis. Reach through your fingertips. Take another full inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, three-legged down dog. Exhale through vinyasa. Left leg rises, take an inhale. Step your foot forward as you exhale. Bring your feet hip width apart. Spin your back heel flat. And let's rise all the way up, come back into warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Release and relax through any tension in your body. Come back into your intention. Reach through your fingertips, soften through your shoulders, pull your navel into your spine and bend your front knee a little bit deeper. Check in with yourself. Keep everything simple as you continue to breathe. Reach up just a little bit higher. Take another deep breath in. With your exhale, hands come down. Come onto your back toes. Inhale, three-legged down dog. Exhale through vinyasa. Take a moment here in downward facing dog. Reconnect to yourself. Reconnect to simplicity and gratitude just for this moment that you have and this breath that you're taking. And as we flow, we'll flow through this a couple of times. Just allow yourself to come back with every inhale and every exhale to be in this moment for yourself. Rise onto your toes, take a deep breath in. Bend your knees, step or hop forward, exhale. Lift halfway as you inhale. Fold back in with your exhale. Bend your knees, squat low, inhale, chair pose, reach high. Forward fold, exhale, lower down. Halfway up, flat back, inhale. Hands come down, step or hop back, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Right leg lifts, inhale. Step your foot forward, exhale. Inhale, warrior one, just one breath. Exhale, vinyasa, hands down. Bring your right leg to the sky if you'd like to take the three-legged down dog, and then move forward to plank chaturanga. Cobra or up dog, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Step your foot forward, exhale. Inhale, warrior one or crescent pose. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, three-legged down dog. Exhale, move through vinyasa. Full deep breath in. Full exhale out. Rise back up onto your toes, take an inhale. Bend your knees, step or hop forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold back in, exhale. Bend your knees, sink low, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, vinyasa. Right leg rises, take an inhale. Step your foot forward, exhale. Warrior one, lift all the way up. Exhale, hands down. Three-legged down dog, inhale. Plank, chaturanga, exhale. Gentle back bend, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Left leg rises, inhale. Step the foot to the front of the mat, exhale. Virabhadrasana one, rise up, warrior. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, three-legged down dog. Exhale, plank, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Pause here for a moment. We're going to come into one more round, and this time we're going to add on a little bit here. Still keeping it nice and simple, but just be present. Allow yourself to be fully aware as we move one thing to the next. Take yourself off of autopilot and be here in this moment right now. Rise up onto your toes, take an inhale. Bend your knees, step or float forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold back down, exhale. Bend your knees, sink down. Chair pose, and let's pause here in chair pose for just a bit. Lift up through your fingertips, sink down and back a little bit more. Make sure that you can see your toes. Shift your weight back. Full inhale. Exhale, pull your hands to heart center. Take an inhale to lift through your spine a little bit more, and then let's twist to the right. You might stay upright here if that feels good for you. If it's in your practice, you can hook your left elbow on the outside of the right thigh. Press your hands together, press your thumbs toward the center of your chest. Sink your hips down and back a little bit more. Woo, feel a little bit of that fire burning. Breath is strong. On your next inhale, back to chair pose. Keep the bend at your knees. Exhale, bring your hands back to heart center. Full inhale, find length. Exhale, twist to the other side.
Might really start to feel it now. Sink down and back a little bit more. And then maybe you take your right elbow and hook it on the outside of the left thigh. Press your thumbs toward the center of your chest, but never pressing too far. Sink a little bit lower. Breathe deep. Where's your intention? On your inhale, back to chair. Woo! Exhale, forward fold, straighten the legs. Lift halfway up, flat back. And find your vinyasa. Oh man, feeling those thighs now. Maybe even feeling it in the booty a little bit. Press down through your hands. Right leg lifts up, take an inhale. Step your right foot forward, exhale. Warrior one, inhale, rise up. With your exhale, let's open up to warrior two. Heel toe the right foot to the left a little bit more. Open your arms nice and wide and sink down into your warrior two. Relax through your shoulders, breathe deep. Pause here for a few moments. Notice what happens in the stillness. A lot of times when we still our physical body down, that's when we start to overcomplicate things in our minds. But can you stay simple? Even just noting in your mind, what's going on? I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. I hear the roosters in the background. I'm bending my front knee a little deeper. I'm engaging my muscles. And I am here for myself. Flip your front palm up to the sky. Let's put the warrior in reverse. Inhale, reverse your warrior back. As you exhale, bring your right elbow to your right thigh. Lift your left arm up to the sky. Open up through your chest and heart. And then extend your top arm forward toward the front of your mat. Take a couple of breaths. Pull your navel into your spine and then see if you can lift your right elbow off of your right thigh. Nice. Just a little bit of release there and also finding core strength. On your next inhale, we're going to come into reverse warrior. All the way back, reverse inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Spin to your back toes. Take your right foot back over to the right. Let's come up to a crescent pose. Arms lift up to the sky. You're on your back toes. Full deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. We're going to step up into the right leg, left knee to your chest. And then let's find tree pose here. Find a stable place to plant your right foot. And you can take your left toes down to the earth. You can bring your foot up to your calf or reach down, grab your foot high up on the inside of the thigh. Please try not to press on your knee though, so not in the middle. Bring it all the way up or keep it low. And then start to grow the branches of your tree. Maybe you play with balance by starting to look up. Maybe you close one or both eyes and see what happens. Maybe a little wind in your tree here. Grow a little steadier, lift up a little bit taller. On your inhale, point your left knee forward. Exhale, glide back to warrior three just as a transition. Bend your front knee back to crescent pose. Arms lift high. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through vinyasa. Hands down. Step your right foot back. Lower slowly. Gentle back bend. Downward facing dog. This is it, yogis. The last of our standing poses. Left leg rises. Take an inhale. Step your left foot forward with your exhale. Back heel spins flat. Warrior one. Simply rise up. Open up to warrior two with your exhale. Pause and breathe. You can take some time to modify the shape a little bit. Maybe you just sink down into that space that feels really comfortable, but also that space where you are finding strength. There's a lot happening in this pose. There's a lot of change going on. When we can simplify our movement into stillness, that's where we can start to learn and grow and allow our body to adapt to this shape and even start to find what is called a comfortable seat or asana. Bend through your front knee a little bit more. Reach through your fingertips just a bit more here. Keep your front knee deeply bent. With your intention in the center of your heart, flip your front palm up. Reverse warrior, deep breath all the way in. And then start to bring your left elbow to your left thigh. Reach your right arm up to the sky, side angle pose. You might stay here. Maybe you sweep your left or your right arm all the way up and overhead. Open up through your chest and heart. Keep your left knee bent. And again, maybe you lift your left elbow up. Find that strength and you can lower it back down. Keep spiraling your heart open toward the sky. Maybe you even look up. A beautiful day. Pull your navel into your spine. One fail swoop, inhale, reverse your warrior all the way back. With your exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the ground. Pause as you pop up onto your back toes. And let's rise back up to a crescent pose. Arms lift up to the sky. Bend through your front knee. Press down through your left foot down into your mat. Bring your hands to heart center. Step all the way up, right knee into your chest. And find tree pose on the other side. Your toes might come down to the ground. You might bring the bottom of your foot to your calf or reach down, grab your foot high up on the inside of the thigh. Open up through your heart space. And start to grow the branches of your tree. Reach your arms toward the sky. Separate the hands, palms face each other. Fingertips spread wide. An open hand is an open heart. Continue to allow yourself to be very simple in this balancing pose. Simply breathe in and simply breathe out. Start to bring your right knee forward. Take an inhale. Gently glide back to warrior 3 as you exhale. Bend deeply through your front knee. Right toes to the back of the mat. Come back into crescent pose. Arms lift up to the sky. Full inhale, yogis. Exhale, hands come down. Step your foot back and let's lower through our last vinyasa. Deep breath all the way in. Open your mouth, sigh your breath out. Take your feet, bring them out as wide as your mat and turn your toes out, heels come in. Your heels might even touch the ground and just start to wag your tail side to side. Hips move side to side. As you press evenly through your feet, crawl your hands back toward your feet, bend your knees and let's squat down into Malasana, into a nice yogic squat. Make sure that your knees are pointed in the same direction as your toes. Keep your knees nice and safe. Sit up nice and tall. Slow your breath down. And in this moment right now, what can you be grateful for? When we take time to be present, to just be with everything that is, we start to peel back the layers of that complicated life, of the things that we pile on top of ourselves, and realize that when we come back to the core of ourselves, when we come back to simplicity, that's all that we need. We don't need all the extra stuff. We don't need to do everything or be everything. We just have to be ourselves. Start letting go of all the excess, all the things we think we need. Just come back to being here and enjoying the moment that we are given right now. another deep breath all the way in. And then exhale all the way out. Bring your hands down to the mat. Lift your hips to the sky as you heel toe your feet in toward each other, toes point forward. Last time to lift halfway up, flatten your back as you inhale. Fold all the way back down as you exhale. Bend your knees and come all the way down to a seat. Start to straighten your legs out in front of you, yogis. And give a little bounce of the backs of the legs, bending the knees, a little release. Straighten your legs, toes to the sky. Let's take an inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, gentle forward folds. So again, it can be nice and simple. You might stay upright here with your palms facing up. Maybe you come a little bit deeper into the pose, but it's not about getting your nose to touch your knees. It's about tapping into what it is that you need. Keeping it simple. Your body will open up when it's ready. There's no need to force anything. We often think that every time we roll out our mat, we should be deeper in a pose, or we should be, quote unquote, achieving something else. That we should be, again, quote unquote, making progress. But progress isn't always linear. It's not going into a pose and a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper. Progress is being with everything that is and allowing ourselves that time and space to open up when we're ready. Practice makes progress, not perfect. Take another full inhale like this. Exhale, slowly start to lift yourself back up. Let's scoot our hips forward a little bit, bend your knees, place the soles of your feet down on the mat. And then as we come all the way down to our mat, almost, stay seated for just another moment. Let's take a nice little simple boat pose here. Bring your hands behind your hamstrings, gently lean back as you start to lift your toes up off of the earth. Bring your shins parallel to the ground. You might stay here. You can always keep your hands to your sides for support, or bring your hands out in front of you. If it feels good for you to straighten your legs, go ahead and do so. We'll take a few more moments like this, nice and simple. Last 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knees, place your feet on the ground. Let's come all the way down to our backs. Keep your knees bent, keep your feet on the earth. Start to crawl your feet a little bit closer to your glutes. Bring your hands down, palms face down on your mat. Let's take a nice simple bridge pose here. Lift your hips up toward the sky. If you feel like you need a little bit more, you can interlace your hands. Keep your pinkies down on the ground. You might roll to your shoulder heads and lift your hips a little bit more. Breathe deep. Couple more moments. Lift your hips a little bit higher. Take another inhale. Exhale, lower your hips back down to the earth. Hug your knees into your chest. Start to rock side to side. Place the soles of your feet down on your mat, knees bent, and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Point your right toes toward your right knee. You can stay here, keep it nice and simple. Or start to bring your left knee to your chest, hold on behind your left hamstring, and gently pull in for a reclining thread the needle pigeon pose. Start to slow your breath down. One more inhale like this.
Exhale, lower your left foot back down. Uncross your right ankle, place your right foot down on the earth. And stretch across your left ankle over your right thigh. Keep a flex in your left ankle, point your toes toward your knee as you open your knees to the side. This might be plenty, so pay attention to your hips, pay attention to what you need. If you feel like you need a little bit more, you can still keep it simple by bringing your right knee into your chest and hold on behind your right hamstring, gently pulling your knee toward your chest. Breathe into the spaces that you feel this the most. One more inhale into this pose. And exhale, place your right foot back down on the earth. Uncross your left ankle. Bring both knees into your chest. And drop both of your knees down to one side. Shift your hips forward or back so you're comfortable. Drop your head to the opposite side. Take a couple of breaths here. Another inhale. As you exhale, engage your core, lift your head back up, bring your knees back to center. Another deep breath in, center. Exhale to the other side. Gently drop your knees. Relax your head to the other side. Breathe deep. One more full inhale. Exhale, lift your head and knees back up to center. Hug and squeeze yourself in. Give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe curl your forehead up to your knees. Take one more deep breath all the way into your practice. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Savasana, release down. Relax your arms and legs. Release through your head. Let your whole body rest. Let go of your Ujjayi breath and come back to a natural breath. Just be here in this moment. With this breath. With everything simply as it is.
As you begin to deepen your breath, breathe into the space of your heart, breathe into the space of your intention. And maybe you simply end your practice laying down in stillness for longer. If you feel ready to move back into your day, I invite you to give a nice little wiggle to your fingers and your toes as you begin to stretch out your body, reaching your arms overhead and your toes straight in front of you. Take a deep breath all the way in. Sigh the breath out. Keep your eyes closed. Gently roll over to one side of your body. Take a moment to be there. And when it feels right for you, gently press into your hands. Make your way back up to a seat, bringing yourself full circle into the space we started our practice. And as you arrive in your seat to end your practice, bring your hands together at heart center. Gently bow your head in this space of humility and gratitude, inviting yourself to move into the rest of your day with simplicity. Simplicity in your mind and the way that you think and the stories you tell yourself. Simplicity in your heart, allowing yourself to tap into the things that you feel. Simplicity in your body, paying attention to what you need. See if you can just allow yourself to invite in more of that simple space in your life. Release the overcomplicated thoughts and worries. And see if you can just allow yourself to be with everything that is and everything that is given to you from one moment to the next. Thank you so very much for taking your time to practice with me and to practice for yourself. The goodness and light within me honors the goodness and light within you. Namaste.